the long. It's just there's so much you can get out of this character.
I think that on split, teams have been moving away from Brim in favor of Omen just because there's a lot of really nice angles for Paranoia, but also just being able to re-smoke over towards sites that you're not actually playing is really fantastic from that side. It is going to be not a Sage's comp for Code7, so that might switch things up. Nicholas starts off 1 and 2, get some damage down as well. They're going to get onto site, but it's Foe and the other side, rob-wiz too in the sight. He lasts forever with these cloud bursts, and now gives him the time to kind of give his team repositioning tools.
Yeah, they're going to swing all the way back over here, and they just got identified. So Caboose got called out, and that round, that whole pistol just fell apart at Jump Street once Nicholas was up top. They went through the dark cover, always a risky play to make. It just did not work out for them in the end. So they're only going to have a few seconds now to operate with. And if Caboose does decide to go through sewer over toward B site, that they're going to have to make that choice right now. And it seems like instead they're just going to use some smokes and then force their way inside of the site. Maybe get the spike down, get some value, get some cash out there.
Die. Cover going out.
I was on the backside.
Yeah, this is not looking good. There just wasn't any options for Calypso and Caboose there, man. It was done from Jump Street.
They're both looking at him, and he still takes out one anyways. And after some time too, so everybody knows how to play that position. Just get there and peek together. No chance. After the first engagement on that A ramp, essentially from Nicholas getting the 2 kills, and then also more paint shells and everything. You saw rob-wiz survive for so long there as the Jets. That's the disengaged potential. So strong on pistol rounds, so strong on all rounds. Obviously, you've seen the prominence of Jets since the closed beta, essentially, back when she was maybe considered a little bit weaker. Now it's pretty much a pick on every single map. Wardell and Mixwell have shown the way.
They've shined the light. It was only a matter of time, though. You know, I mean, it's like Tracer in Overwatch. You just got to make the cover star look good. You know, I get it. I respect it.
Hey, everybody else needs to figure out that they figured out how to play the rest of the agents together so that you can have a pick like Jets. A little bit more selfish, but also as you figure out everybody's chemistry and cohesion together with the agents, you start to realize there's a lot of team play aspects in Jet as well. Regardless, Terrific has made their way all the way up to ropes, and they're going to jump across. I like that from Finesse, so that they can double peek into that vent's spots. Take out a trap wire. Torque's playing this nice spot, but Caboose! Oh my goodness, right under the head. 2 taps. Payan's still in sight, though. He has a stinger. Still lock it down, but they're coming from all sides.
Yeah, and that's going to be the limitations of the Stinger. Great gun, but up close, you'll probably rip through them. From a distance, you'll have some struggles with it. And furthermore, you're really just going to run out of ammo so fast out of that thing and just spits out ammunition. But look at rob-wiz just flying onto the site there. And Nicholas actually was there for the trade. Nicely done. Up the top, and Calypso. What? 3 kills for Calypso. 3 kills for Calypso. Starting off great.
Sounded like you're going to like a little baseball chant.
I had a jingle ready, but it just, you know, honestly, I didn't think that people would appreciate it, so I decided to back away. It's for the benefit of chat.
Yeah, don't want to make Twitch chat sad.
Yeah, don't want to make them spam ha-has. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Calypso does make it tingle on the eco rounds. 3 kills. And I like the approach from them. It was slow, methodical. They came through ropes and then went back up into heaven, but started off with the tap, I think, from Caboose onto the head.
Ooh, look at that. I like that aggressive defensive play there. They just took ownership of the entirety of the T side.
I like it, but at the same time, I dislike it because look at what they've given. It's kind of a gamble. Yes, they could be over there. And if they are there, you might catch them by surprise. But what Terrific has done is kind of backed up enough space given so that if that does come, they're not going to be taken by it and they could just back away.
Vanessa's going to eat some shots there, but So is the rival Omen there, excuse me. There goes Borg, and they're not going to have much really in the way of weaponry to deal with. Akis with 2 kills of his own. rob-wiz around the flank had only 11 HP, and that Stinger, the fast fire rate, it's going to end your run there. And together we are terrific. Managed to take the next 2 rounds in swift fashion there.
It's money now, though, for Code7. They can respond. They have an operator on rob-wiz. He's been playing towards A, but this time he swapped up over towards B. And you saw the efficiency of swapping jet positions when you watched the CodeNet and Cloud9 TSM game.
Yeah.
Obviously, Code7 has showed it off again yesterday, too. Rob was switching onto A, onto B when they were playing Immortals in this very map. But it leaves one player. It's just Cypher on A, which is very unconventional.
Oh, they're just looking for an off-screen rob-wiz. Stuffs down Caboose. I mean, hey, you know, you get yourself 2 pips toward your rocket. Either way, though, it's going to be a full take onto the site. They successfully managed to accomplish that task. Payan did his best to try and stop it. But it's going to be ended right there. And while that was going on, too, Foe just shutting out the nade, or chucking out, excuse me, the nade. It's going to be a far corner plant as well. So a deep commitment for anyone that's going to have to try and go in for the defuse. Look for Akis to just own this angle here, along with Finesse. Trade this out if need be. One is going to be there. There's going to be no tripwire to help him out, but Finesse is going to have that angle locked and covered. And that will be 3 in a row now for Together We Are Terrific. Shades of what we saw earlier, Balla, when they were attacking on Haven.
That's it. They lost the pistol. Did they? I forgot how that went. Yeah, they did win that pistol by the skin of their teeth with the defuse. That did not go the way of the defense. So, slightly different situation, but basically the same story, right? 1 round only for Code7, and they're back to just pistols. Unfortunately for them, it means they won't have the response quite early enough. They're already going to get up to 4 rounds, and that's already starting to be kind of scary on split. But the way they played it yesterday, yes, it was a lot more even. Defense versus attack in this case, in this tournament. I want to point out the way that they peaked. We might see it again in a future round for Terrific. The way that they peaked A Heaven out after they took through A main. They all peaked together in one instance in the line. It was really nicely done, but the approach on the B this time.
Another eco here for rob-wiz, and he's actually going to identify a few players up top, sending out some of the knives, but doesn't get anything out of it. Caboose, 2 kills of his own now up top. There's going to be Payan with the ghost, and rob-wiz sent all the knives out, but it is Caboose with the 3rd kill and having his teammates back, leaving only Nicholas to be the last man standing. Ain't gonna matter. Ended by Finesse. We got ourselves, Together We Are Terrific, 4 rounds straight here. They were saving that one, so they were playing closer. And Code7 will be able to buy up some weaponry here. Let's see what they can do. They're dealing with an op, though, on Together We Are Terrific. It's never going to be fun.
They did get a pick early from rob-wiz on B before they made their approach on A, but when they walked on to A, it was kind of like they knew that the Cypher was playing passive. They knew that he was playing by himself because they saw rob-wiz on B. Maybe they did their research, their demo review yesterday to get this. A nice peek from Akis. I like this, to peek into that.
Actually, oh, ate the rocket in the face, but hey, you'll go ahead and take that kill there. Not much other damage done for that rocket, because you know look, those rockets, man, they could be the best thing in the world, or sometimes you're firing cotton candy at someone. That certainly worked out.
Over top of him and like
I saw
the wall behind him.
Now they're just going to play this one out slowly. Nicholas anticipating maybe some movement. Payan, they're going to have to work around this one and maybe cross some shots. They're going to be stuck inside. Payan playing all the way back here, right on site by screens. He gets 2 kills. But there goes Mummy with a shot. That make it 2. A headshot to boot on Nicholas. Now going to catch the remaining 2 members here on the flank, but the rocket is out. Caboose, he's trying to get inside. Boom! Manages to take out one. rob-wiz falls victim to that. They know exactly where Torque is going to be now. Spike planted. Let's see what Torque can do here.
Round quickly shifted now into Terrific's position, and with the ice there, they know how this is playing. They know he has to come out, so they both double peek, and Mame is there with the op. Even if he misses that shot, you have Caboose who's going to trade that easily. We're now down to 5-1 on the attacking side of Split for Terrific, and things are looking very scary if I'm Code7. I don't know how to work my way back into this. Even though we saw Payan basically do what he needed to do in that round, which was anchor more towards the inside of the site rather than playing towards heaven so that he buys the time for Nicholas to come through. But unfortunately, even if you bring them down to only 2 players, they still will have the tools to respond.
Yeah, everything that could have gone right for them with Payan getting those 2 picks early on, like they're making the adjustments that are necessary. Oh, Calypso actually might get shot in the head here. If he picks it up. Oh, this can be top of Torque's head. And although he does die, that was still a beautiful shot. And they're making the best of a bad situation. But look at Finesse on the flank here. And it is Payan who gets the better of Finesse.
They're going to have guns now, too. And they did invest a little bit of armor there. Something that you've been seeing recently in high level. Is on eco rounds, knowing that you can buy the next round. Grabbing that, but Fo gets taken out immediately by Mame's op.
Yeah, it just wasn't... It was a good eco, though, right? Like,
yes.
Hey, if you get a few kills, that's just wonderful. But the opening frag there for Calypso on Torque, Torque is 0-6 right now. And you know you're tight about that one because the top of your ponytail was identified, you know? And maybe Sage gets a haircut. I don't know, but certainly Calypso helped in that one. Made one step closer, you know?
Certainly a bald Sage right now, 0-6 for Torque. And you actually remember back in the second round, after they won the pistol round, the reason why Echo7 lost that next one was because, Code7 lost that next one was because Torque got picked off from Caboose in exactly one of those situations, the head tap on the ropes. Remember that all the way back. And that's kind of what started this spiral out of control here for Code7 and giving it over to Terrific. Things are looking so good. Now they're going to approach ropes. There's only one player here. On the other side of this, they're going to do that double peek again. Remember, one jumping across and then one staying and going down the ropes. Here it is.
I know exactly.
He didn't even need his teammates' support there.
It was a little mistimed even.
Yeah, it was just, everything was perfect. Locks off sight away from Foe. Foe can blast pack over this. They know exactly where he's going to be. Finesse just punishes that one instantly. rob-wiz, though, hanging out over by Long, does kill Calypso. Nades are out, and rob-wiz gets stuffed down. Headshot from Caboose, leaving just Torque to try and salvage this.
Poor Torque. These clutch situations that we expect him, based on his performance yesterday, to actually do well in, but this is almost no chance at all. Obviously, he's saving the weapon. He's already decided in the 1v4, but even the last couple of times they've taken A, he's coming in on the approach by himself because all his team is already dead and gone before they even have a chance to really do anything or build a retake opportunity.
Just a struggle for Code7 on a map that typically said so many times would favor the defense. Split was notorious for that, especially in the beta. Then they made some changes. I think they put Split in a better direction, Riot did. But it still is a strong defensive map given what you have to try and take as the attackers. So to see Code7 just struggle to be able to get any kind of ground makes you wonder, like, what happened from yesterday to today that has led to this downfall here on defense, because this has not been pretty.
Has been pretty for Terrific. Caboose, Calypso, a number of different players. Mame in this game with the operators actually hitting shots that are really ridiculous. Multiple multi-kills already on the attacking side. He's been the anchor as the spike gets planted. But you're right, 7-1 what changed for Code7? Maybe this. Maybe rob-wiz not able to find kills that he really needs to be able to find in moments like these. Every round that they're losing now is going to add up when they switch to the CT side or the attacking side. Things are going to be so difficult to double peek down mid. Both players who were stuck there now down and out. Nicholas though in a nice spot in ropes. He's going to take out one. Spike down now, and there's 2 players on the back side of this. Both low. One, but not enough. It was too low after that one and full committed to the spray on Calypso. He had to transfer onto FNS's head. It won't actually happen. So another round goes into the favor of Terrific, even though Nicholas had the chance to recover there. I think just being caught out in mid there, essentially in between both sites, not really deciding, knowing which side to go to, and then there's a double peek from Suras and Ramen. Easy cleanup.
Nicholas could have also just waited it out. There would have been one other player committing to that. They would have looked. I imagine they would have looked, but he could have been in a winnable situation there. It's hard to say, right? Given
if you let him pass.
Yeah, if you let him pass, like you're always making that risk. By the way, look at the Omen actually teleporting on top. There's going to be Calypso getting a little cheeky with the TP. You love to see it. I wonder if they caught wind of it. I don't know. I don't think they did, because Calypso did expose himself, but nope. He ain't going to look. rob-wiz, he's waiting this one out. Hello, Rob. How are you doing? Oh, you have an op there? That's so wonderful. Let me shoot you in the head. All right, so he's got that thing handled. He's good. He's fine.
For a moment, I thought he was going to throw that.
I thought we were going to get another Sub-Rosa situation again, and I wasn't ready for that. I emotionally, physically wasn't ready.
You will not kill my ally!
Perez, a push up onto the A ramp. So they get one. That's Nicholas, who's the last remaining player here on A site. To look at Cabooses' position, they don't necessarily know how to clear this. Yes, Foe gets it. They were ready. Maybe hurt him. A very aggressive angle, but now this is so difficult. A wall going to come down, a crossfire even. Mame can peek through into that defending side through the screen. All 3 going to have to come through heaven now.
Yeah, they're going to go through heaven. I think you sent one towards steps.
You will not
to try and clean that up. They do get the res out. That could be big. But Calypso could go big here, and he gets 1 kill for his efforts. That was 3 total for the round. Payan's going to end that one right in its tracks. There goes Nicholas now. Onto site. You got a few weakened members of Together We Are Terrific still standing here. The spike is out, but Mame, no HP to work with.
Finally.
And they should comfortably, not comfortably, actually, it's going to be really close. But they do get it with 0.23 remaining on the clock.
Okay.
Not comfortable at all.
GB's spike defusal skills do pay off here. They get the spike down.
Yeah,
Defused.
in my world, that was comfortable.
Yeah, hey, man, it's comfortable. If you win the round, it's comfortable. That's all I got to say, right? Plenty of time left on the clock. But to be that second, look, that round went perfectly for them from the get-go. I mean, yes, you had Calypso end up taking out rob-wiz. That didn't necessarily have to happen. He got a little too greedy for that operator after they traded a couple on A ramps, which gave them access to it. But even the retake was solid from them. Players from all around, they take over A ramps. They get the res even, and then come through. Really well done from Code7, but they got to do it again.
We're going to get some judge play, by the way. Hope you're ready for a Ballatw. 2020,
I'm
what a year.
ready.
Never mind, he got blown up. Valiant effort there from Mame, but it just... He had to deal with the bot, and then he got shot in the face. So that's not pretty, but this whole hold has been pretty thus far. I think actually Caboose ends out. He kills while he's in rocket state there. Vanessa does manage to get the shot off, even though he was going to be inside of the cyber cage. Now he's going to get all that intel, all that knowledge. But Nicholas coming off of the teleport gets killed by Akis, and it is just rob-wiz. He was a star yesterday. Is he able to do it again? He has to check every angle. That's one. Looking for another, but does not locate it. Calypso was also on the flank too. Would have easily been able to pick up the frag. Had things gone just a little awry, and that will be it. Last round before the switch here.
The timing on the neural theft there, as Nicholas had from the shadows into B main, was perfect. The ping went off, and he was still in that form. So usually that neural theft is like kind of hard to get the pre-fire on them because they're moving, and it's only like a brief instant. But in this case, he was just sitting still, stuck in the shadow form. So easy cleanup. Well-timed neural theft, and they get another one. 9-2. You said it's last half or last round before the switch. Quick.
Oh, he's flying in there. He's ready. Oh, I thought he was flying in there. I was like, man, you B1 with the rocket. Just go in there, blow him up. But yeah, I think they know better than that. I think Caboose is more prepared.
All right, they swapped rob-wiz a couple rounds ago back onto A, and that's where it actually ended up being a pretty decent hold from them as they peeked over towards A ramp. This time he's in sight though, and Calypso's on the backside. Paranoid coming through.
Wow.
And it's a perfect execute on the rob-wiz. And they find the gaps, Nicholas all the way up heaven. And Ray is going to be actually... Ray's challenging Rollin. Oh, no!
I know exactly.
Nothing found.
On the opposite side of the map, Nicholas gets a kill with Judge there. We'll be able to upgrade that to a Phantom. If they get this win, it could be great for them, but it's only going to be one player left alive, and it's Nicholas. A valiant effort, without a doubt, that round from him. But a 10-2 ending, and Ballatw looks like Reflections is not getting his wish of seeing a Game 3. Dreams are being crushed today. TSM fans crying everywhere. You know, maybe they'll lose in League of Legends. I don't know how that works. I don't know. See people arguing on Twitter about things. Everyone argues all the time. I just don't know these things, Ballatw. You know, Reflection's not getting his Game 3 here. But at least I got the cast of Collat. You know, at least I got the cast of Collat. So much sadness.
Oh, boy. This is a tough one. Very tough for Code7, and a tough loss as this is going to knock them out. No chance of improving into the semifinals.
If it keeps going the way that it could, but I don't want to count Code7 out quite yet, even though it does sound like we are. This team did bring it back against Immortals. That was a very different game, though, and a 10-2 half is not pretty. You know, don't want to sugarcoat it there. And rob-wiz does get the kill onto Akis when he was trying to dip out of there, which I don't even know how he got that shot off.
Wall. He got on top of Akis' wall. Well done there, but that's ended up getting traded to Mame. But the flying shot onto Caboose, they're going to switch things up and come over towards A. Mame is there to spot it and try to trade. Oh, so close. Risky. 4 HP, and he makes it away with the tailwind.
And you're also going to see some great little visual bugs there, like the attacking team being green, but with red guns. So it's like Gumby gone bad. Really dated myself there by making a Gumby reference. There's Mame, though. 4 HP, man. He comes out of this smoke. You know, Payan's going to be waiting for him. But I spoke too soon there. Mummy still managed to get the shot. Impressive as that was, though, it's Code7, who's showing some life early on, can start to roll this into some wins here.
Okay. Off the backs of rob-wiz, very aggressive out through B-Heaven, all the way into spawn. That pushes them back and makes it so they can come through ropes as they got pulled off, and he got the information that all
he was
the
able to be
players...
aggressive because of the paranoia, remember, so that worked out. I mean, if they combine those abilities again like that, it could pay off for them big time, but you're not going to get that every moment, right?
You're also not going to get Akis self-boosting you over your own wall so that you end up dying as you're coming down off of heaven. I was like, how the heck did he find that angle? But he was way up there. There's a big flash. Paranoia coming in. Finesse is going to swing on this, but it's slow, and they back up. They just check the corner. This is possibly a couple easy ones. Yes, rob-wiz connects on both. And they back up with the heal, too. Everything is looking good as Payan on the other side of the map also takes out Mame, but it's just pistols. So nothing to fear. And nothing really to read into on this round. But a nice attempt from Terrific. I like the aggressive plays that they show off. A couple different ideas as we move throughout this game.
Classic 5K right now. Watch. Calling it. I'm in the future already, so I'm predicting things. before they happen, Balla. Here we go. He's going to pop headshots everywhere. Never mind. Stand corrected.
Don't worry. We all knew where that was going.
But if I predicted that one, man, I would have been a genius.
Hey, it's like, you know, you just got to predict wild things, and then someday something is going to happen, and it's going to be great, and you're going to be like the biggest 5-head of all time.
I'm ready for that day to happen. I already have a 5-head physically, so just need the intelligence to be there. Give it time. Give it time.
You already got the what face too, so.
It's true. It's true. One step closer, you know, one step closer. All right, well.
The body and soul of a national
Okay, I thought you were
icon.
going to like, you are round. You are rather portly. I thought you were going to start going in that direction. I was like, all right, Walshy, calm down here. Stop being mean to me. Okay, so now we're going to get some guns online, and rob-wiz already, this is the rob-wiz we needed to see. Not only in Split, but we've just needed to see in general, right? This guy who's just slaying, playing so well, able to just get as many of the jet ult right as possible, knives out all the time. This is how you start to put together some big wins here, but I'm hyping him up, and while all that was going on, the plan just fell apart completely, and that is it. I mean, I spent that entire minute hyping up rob-wiz, only for him to end up dying there dramatically, and that came off of the reaction from Mummy's snipe. And now they're just one step closer.
You just keep trying, okay?
One day I'm gonna get this bad boy right. When that day comes, you'll see.
That's why we have to hang on in this game right now, because I don't know.
But I mean, he was playing amazingly, right? Those first 2 rounds on their attack. Or excuse me, on their attack has actually been great, right? Enough for him to be able to get jet ult activated and stuff, like all that small details, like those are huge. But to just not be able to get anything out of that round, right? That's a heartbreaker.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm already forgetting everything that happened in this game.
Spoken like a true commentator, Balla.
I mean, there's a couple things I've learned, which is awesome from both sides. So I'm excited for a couple different reasons, but in this game, I don't know. I've seen some things that I want to see in the future from other teams, especially on the Code7 side in Haven, but on this map, there's been an approach towards A that I kind of like, but besides that, you know, this is rough.
It's been really bad for Code7. There's no way to sugarcoat it. You want a team like this that has had some success in group stages, came out of their group on top, surprised a lot of people, especially that big win against Immortals. We were thinking, hey, maybe this is as everyone else starts to level up, right? Everyone else, the turning point. Yes, exactly. But it seems like the pecking order is still very much going to be that, even with teams like TSM out of the competition. You're going to have Mummy doing things where, you know, he's just punishing anyone who makes some reckless plays there and does just that. He did that in the last round too. Caboose. Headshot up above. Time is ticking. They have no time to work with there. They're going to be met by the barrel of a Vandal, and that will do it. Match point now for Together We Are Terrific. One step closer to moving on into our semifinals.
That we are. Or that they are. We still have 2 more quarterfinals to go. Next up, we do have, what is it, Immortals versus Charlotte Phoenix? No, sorry, Gen G versus Charlotte Phoenix.
That's right.
And that'll be another interesting game for sure. On the other side of the brackets, things still need to unfold. It's one of the few tournaments so far that we've been able to actually cover every single match, which is pretty exciting. We get an insight on the broadcast for every team going into the grand finals. I love it.
Yeah, it's never fun when you miss out on some games, especially some of the bigger ones. Oh, Ak is playing a real sneaky angle here. He's going to get picked off by rob-wiz, Stinger, as well as those satchels coming in. Mummy, though, I thought Payan was going to get a little too big for his britches there, but he won't. He'll actually go back to join his teammates, and Mummy will be left there by himself, sad boy, with his op. This is, you know, they have rounds to give up here, Ballatw. That's the fact. It's 12-4. If this just ends up, being a win for Code7, that's great. But they have a long road ahead of them to get to the point where they can make this one into a competitive matchup.
You have the man advantage in this round, so things could look good, but based on the momentum of Terrific, I think it'll be just okay for them no matter what. Here's
Cage found you.
Paranoid through the sights. Rob-wiz will dash on, and they will peek behind that wall, but Finesse is not going to actually take that fight. We have one down below on the ropes. Oh, huge! What's the one shot to the face of Rob-wiz, and Mame also wraps it up onto Nicholas. Preserves actually returns the man advantage. There is a showstopper. He's going to back away, and no damage done from folks. And there he is going to attack Mame. Another one. Make it 2, yes, 3 kills, and Mame has locked it up and taken the win. The best of 3 goes the way of Together We Are Terrific. 2-0.
A heartbreaking defeat there for Code7, but an uplifting victory for Together We Are Terrific. They're going to move on and face off against Cloud9 in the semifinals. That is going to be an exciting game.
That's going to be huge. It's going to be so much fun because both sides, you were talking about how they basically, Cloud9 doesn't have too much of a plan going forward. Together We're Terrific clearly have some ideas, but we know them as Pug Stars. Let's take a look at the match stats. Mame was the guy who dominated in this one. 21 kills. Caboose was swap sides essentially with him. He's all the way at the bottom, only with 11, but everybody contributed to this. This was a stomp.